Hey everyone, and welcome to day 2 of March Madness. Today's video topic is dedicated to all the teachers and our people looking for productivity hacks in their everyday lives. Today we're going to be talking about timers in the classroom. Good idea, bad idea, ways that it's helping me keep myself and my students on task in school. And honestly, I sometimes use timers here in my house to keep productive and on task if I've got a lot to do in a short amount of time. Really quick, if you're new here, be sure to click that subscribe button and the bell down below to be updated for each and every future video. We are currently doing a series here on my channel where we publish an unscripted video and unedited each and every day, and I'd love to see you guys around for the next one. Also give this video a huge thumbs up. But on to our topic of the day, timers in the classroom. If you are a teacher and you currently do this, let me know what tips, tricks, techniques, strategies you have down below in the comments. But for me, I am currently CART teaching music. I am, during this pandemic, teaching face-to-face. I've done it since August 28th of 2020, so we have done no remote learning this school year in my district. And CART teaching means that I obviously go to 30 different classrooms in the building. I go to them, they do not come to me. My music room is actually converted into an additional kindergarten classroom for the year. Just to keep our enrollment class sizes down, we have added a few other classrooms. So we now have 3 kindergarten rooms instead of 2, 3 first grades instead of 2, and so on and so forth. So having to set up and tear down every single class period, I needed a strategy that would give me a few minutes to figure out the clever touchboard, Google Slides, Google Classroom in each room. What I use in kindergarten is not what I use in 8th grade. So I implemented a timer technique to set up class, and then whatever we do at the end of class, I have a 3-minute timer technique at the end of class. For my younger kids, I will typically put on like a mini Mozart or the Piano Guys or something that's really visually stimulating for them. And I'll put a timer in the corner for 3 minutes. A lot of times they'll have their special after snack. So if they're finishing up their snack, I am not going to tell a kindergartner to put their juice box away if I've just walked in and they may have been a little bit behind, because I know how that's going to end. So I have found it is a lot better to just put a little timer in the corner of the screen in front of the room. They all have clever touches or AirPlay screens. I'll put the time in the corner and I'll put something on. Sometimes with my middle school kids, I'll put on a Broadway performance, like a Tony Awards performance, something to keep them visually stimulated in the arts, since we're not going to do any assemblies or field trips to see live theater. So they'll have that time. Again, for my kindergartners, I'll put on like a small clip of Little Einsteins, or a kid singing one of our church songs from Mass, and they know that before that timer goes out. Now, a lot of them might not know how timers work, but they're doing okay with this, so I'm going with it. They know that they have that amount of time to clear their desks, finish their snacks. Every child in our building this year has an iPad, so if I need their iPads, I'll put iPad on the board, and if not, I'll just put like a smiley face so they know just to be ready with themselves. With my 5th and up, I'll put on assignments on our Google Classroom. I like to use entrance and exit tickets. So for example, my 5th and 6th graders have now learned treble and bass clef. I'll put a tiny little sheet on Google Classroom. It'll say like, good morning 5th grade, go through and find 3 errors on this notation piece of paper. And they go into the Google Classroom, click it. They know how to draw on the screen and submit their work. While they're doing that, I'll put on, again, like a Broadway performance, a Piano Guys, or like a recital. Like when we learned our instrument families, they would do their entrance and exit tickets to a 5-minute timer. And while they were doing that, they had, a recital of the brass family or the percussion. I live where the Ohio State University is worshiped and glorified. So if I played, an OSU marching band video for 5 minutes, they knew they had that time to get their assignment turned in. And honestly, those assignments took 1 to 2 minutes. They knew what to do. They had their notes. If you guys want to see a video of how I did an entire unit with my kids in their classroom this year, where they essentially made their own music packets, let me know down below in the comments. We had covers, they had the staff, bass, treble, all of their notation and vocabulary terms. They essentially made their music book because we didn't have access to band instruments, choir, risers, concerts, musicals, so we kind of had to get creative with this. We also on their iPads are doing things like Chrome Music Lab and GarageBand, but that's for a whole other video topic. Let me know what you want to see about those down below. Timers help me. It also helps the students be on a routine. They know that when I walk into a classroom, I will have put an assignment in the Google Classroom and they have 5 minutes to complete it. I'll put a 5-minute video up on the screen. So if they finish early, to keep the chatter down while I am setting up in the front of the room, they know, submit, and then they can watch what's on the screen. They also know, my older kids, if it is a Google Classroom assignment, there is a timer, and if they don't get it turned in, after that timer goes off, it will be considered late. This very much helps with kids who want to dawdle and dwindle and not get on it. I only see these kids once a week for 40 minutes. That is it. So keeping the timers going kind of sets the precedent. We are in this class now. We have this assignment. And then on the other end of things, at the end of class, my younger kids, we do what's called a Broadway break. We'll watch like Frozen or Tangled, which is now a musical. Just in case you didn't know, those are musicals now. We'll watch a little bit of that, and if they're turning in something to me, like we just finished our piano keys for K through 3, if they have to bring something up to me, they know Miss Baser just put up a 5-minute timer. We have until that timer goes off to get things turned in. As soon as that timer is done, I'll let them know what we're gonna do the next time. I always tell them I was so happy to see them this day, and that's when I say bye to them, and then I exit the classroom. Timers also help me eliminate the urge to tell me every story. If you teach young kids, you know what I'm about to say. If I walked in and didn't have this routine set in place, I would get, Miss Baser, do you know what I'm having for lunch tomorrow? I got to watch Cinderella at home. Like, they would tell me every story under the sun of what they did, what their friends did, what their families did, what happened on the bus, what happened 5 minutes ago. And as lovely as that is, only seeing them once a week for 40 minutes poses the challenge that we can't make music time storytelling time. So having that on the board, they know what to do, they know what to expect depending on their grade level, it helps so much. If you are also CART teaching any subject this year, let me know your experiences, techniques, tips, strategies, whatever you got. I want to know down below in the comment section. Props to any teacher, whether you're in person, online, whatever it is. This is the hardest thing I've ever done. So many props to you guys. But for me, timers in the classroom, especially ones that they can see. If they can't see it, they're not going to be as engaged. It's seeing it on the board. I recommend looking this up, seeing what things you can do with the resources you have. But other than that, you guys, that is today's topic here in March Madness, the series where we do a video that's unedited and unscripted each and every day. If you like this one, give it a huge thumbs up. I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Happy teaching. See you later.